Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Star Wars Stuff podcast. My name is David, and I am joined by
Memeobi, or Kent is the name.
Yeah, we'll be talking a lot here coming up. But before we get started, as always, we want to thank our top tier Patreon members out there, starting with Liam McCallion, Kevin Leininger, Deb McCaffrey, Maya Morris, Adam Haber, Cam from Indiana, Mariana Tia Arnold, Alex Blundell, Indiana Solo, BC Doomit, Sean Smith, and Adriana Verano. Thank you so much for your awesome love and support. And of course, we want to mention our sponsor, Legion Sabers, legionsabers.com. Check them out and use the code STUFF at checkout to get $5 off any purchase. And you can also stack any other discount you get on the website. So check them out, legionsabers.com. All right, so our guest tonight, of course, you can see his name if you're watching this on YouTube. Like and subscribe. Comment if you could. He is somebody that I noticed right away. I haven't even told him this story, but and I mentioned him on the last podcast that we did.
What?
Yeah.
Excuse me?
So it was me and my brother at our table at Rebel Scum Con 2 weekends ago.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And we were kind of like looking at all the cosplays, looking at all the people, because at that point in time, I was like, okay, well, I'm going to stop all the people I know, take a picture with them. And I see this guy walk up, and he's wearing like a full-blown head to toe light blue. What would you call it? Like
It's a morph suit. It's a
morph suit.
body.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I see him, and then I'm like, instantly it hits me. Oh, this guy's cosplaying Watto. And then I look a little closer, and I look at the nose. It looks like an elephant trunk. Mm-hmm. And I look at the wings, and I'm like, those don't look like Watto's natural wings. Like, I get what he's trying to like send. I'm totally getting. And we make eye contact, and you just look at me, and I can tell you're smiling, and we have this direct line of communication. Like, you know what I'm thinking, I know what you're thinking, and you give me a nod and you walk off. And I'm like, I have to get a picture with that guy before it's all said and done. So I turn to my brother, and then he goes, "Did you just see that?" And I'm like, "Yes." And I'm like, we got to get pictures with this guy. So here's the picture. I think if I can bring it up here, but my brother took with you.
Dude, look at that guy. Oh my gosh. Oh, it's I didn't know what I looked like for most of the day. Because I didn't look in the mirror. I just kind of went with it, and then I saw pictures. I'm like, oh my gosh, look at that dude. It's insane. Oh, I know. It's beautiful. Isn't it? It's screen accurate. I'm gonna submit it to the 501st for sure. I actually did. I actually talked to one of the judges as a joke, and she said, no. She was like, just not even like, wasn't interested at all in my jokes. She's like, you're never going to make it in. I was like, wow, dang. All right. Well, whatever, I guess. Dude. Okay. Wait, it was an insane day wearing that. So like, I tried to see I was trying to make eye contact like I did with you, with as many people as I could, because you're right. If you get it, you get it. I did get I got some wrong suggestions. I got some wrong, some little kids thought I was a magic elephant from Dr. Seuss. Someone said, "Are you from the holiday special?" Which I'm like, okay, that's not a bad guess if you haven't seen it all the way through. It's like, oh yeah, a weird morph suit guy, because they have some of those, right?
Yeah.
Dude, I still get, it's so funny to me just looking at it, because I tried to go as low effort as I possibly could. That's why I left my shorts under there, all like wrinkled up, and then like I have a pair of shorts wadded in as my belly, and like you can see my shirt. Like, it's supposed to look just bad, and and like the fairy wings and like the toes and the sandals, like the whole thing is supposed to be just not good. And I don't know. I'm so pleased with my very first cosplay being Watto that I'm like stoked on it.
I mean, I loved it. I mean, I saw it. I immediately got it. I mean, I was in on the joke. I mean, you made the eye contact, and we could read our faces, and I was like, That's a cool dude. Okay. Yeah. He took a huge risk, but I mean, I totally get it. I was like,
Mhm.
wow, that's some
It's
courage right there.
technically it was technically a copy of what's his name? There's a comedian who does the George Lucas variety show. It's pretty popular these days, and he wears a Watto costume that's very similar. It's something Norman. Star Wars Explained sent it to him, and he loved it because it's kind of like his cosplay. So I definitely copied his. I think I got the same nose as his. If I'm being honest,
Okay.
because it's the only nose. It's from Michaels.com for whatever reason. Uh, don't ask me why. It's the only good elephant nose on the internet. So people have been asking if I'm going to wear it to celebrations, and I'm pretty tempted because it's pretty funny, like it is, and like I probably will. But I think for next Rebel ScumCon, I'm going to do a equivalent, and I'm going to do a Max Rebo. Similar,
Okay.
very similar nose, blue. I need elephant ears, and I'm gonna make like a hula hoop piano that I can wear with suspenders. Because like my whole thing, right? I mainly do jokes and memes and stuff like that. I've been doing some more lore stuff
Right.
recently, but my thought is I want to do something that is not the normal cosplay, that will make people laugh, but they'll get it. I can't go like so far extreme where no one will understand who, like I can't go be Joe Yowza or whatever from the Max, like
Yeah.
someone will get it. But like Max Rebo is a more notable glup than others. So like,
I mean, it's still pretty niche, but I mean, if you go to a Star Wars centric convention,
right,
people are gonna get it. And that's the beauty of like Rebel Scum Con
Yes.
and Star Wars Celebration. We've been saying it for 8 years on the podcast that there's nowhere else on the planet where you can like turn around and talk to the person in back of you in line and just bring up like a random conversation about like someone like C.O. Bibble, from the Phantom Menace, and have a full blown like 30-minute to like hour conversation about that character.
True.
But nobody else is going to be able to do that with you around the world. That's what makes those cons so special. And I think everybody has the blues right now from Rebel Scum Con. You can see it on social media, and they're talking about possibly doing some type of get together between now and the next Rebel Scum Con.
No one told me about this. Hang on now. What? Oh, what? It's Celebration? That counts, I guess. It's 8 months away. I could say only 7 months. Ugh.
So yeah. It's going to be April Fool's Day for Celebration.
Dude, I got to get an Airbnb or something. I'm taking my family, and I'm like looking at the dates, and everything's more expensive because I didn't do the hotel.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, man, I gotta get on this before it ends up being more difficult.
Yeah. Luckily, we just did a big trip to Las Vegas with my family. So my family's like, yeah, we don't have to go anywhere else with you. You can do your Star Wars thing. Yeah, just totally nerd out. And I mean, it's the 50th anniversary of Star Wars. We're anticipating everyone be there. Everyone that's alive is going to be there.
First one. It's my first one. I'm pretty stoked. I'm stoked I got tickets. I never bit the bullet. I was just like, I don't know if I'm gonna go to Japan, and like I had younger kids and I didn't want to leave them for like that long, and like I don't know. I guess I didn't have to leave them that long, but I did feel like if I went to Japan, I would need to. I should just go ahead and go like for a bit. But
yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, having young kids is difficult. I essentially kind of quit Star Wars when I was in your situation, essentially, because I just didn't have the time, but I didn't have the money.
Yep.
Just new father, and I couldn't even watch Clone Wars. I had to cut cable to save money, and
dude,
that whole thing. Real. And it was very difficult. So yeah, RSC. You had how did you find out about RSC? That's
it definitely would have been from the previous years, just other social media people. I'm guessing it was probably, I think I saw it mainly from like Will the Force. Will, I don't know his last name. Will and Grayson of their little like live show thing they do. I saw them go, and then I think just other social media people just posted about it. I'm friends with Ross Beedman, the kid who Master Skywalker. There's too many of them. What are you going to do? He went last year. We've
interviewed him before, yeah.
And like I've happenstantially got to go out to dinner with him one time. I took him and like a couple other Star Wars like background actors to dinner at AllCon DFW like 3 years ago.
Oh, wow.
It's like this tiny little convention in Dallas, and I happen to be there for work. I go there once a year for work, for training. And I was like, well, shoot, like I'm here on a Friday night. I'll go to this convention. Happen to meet Ross Beedman. So I saw him posting about it. That's probably, honestly, now that I mention it, I think that's probably where I heard about Rebel Scum. And then I'm from Oklahoma originally, so I have friends in Texas and in that like the 501st down there, and they had mentioned it to me. But
Cool. Yeah, as far as finding out about that little mid-year get together, I think they posted it today on the Facebook group.
Okay.
And I think it was Josh who posted it and said, I want feedback on this, pros and cons. And yeah, some people were like, definitely, I would want to do some type of get together before the next one. But I live about 4.5 hours away, and I know you live far away.
I do.
And I can see my brother again, which would be great. It's just the timing with every convention that I attend now.
Yeah.
I actually think I might be slowing down here after Star Wars Celebration. I might just be like, okay, well, I need to calm down and maybe save my money. Because like you said, it is a lot of money.
Yeah, I've been doing on average a 1 Star Wars trip a year, but I think I might be upping that to 2 with Celebrations and Rebel Scum. I definitely want to go to Rebel Scum Con again for sure. Like that's a no-brainer for me. It'll be very different my second time. I'll treat it a little bit differently than my first time, just because it was kind of getting lay of the land and meeting everybody for the first time in person. Because I haven't met like any other quote unquote influencer or person in this community in person until this trip. I've never had any, like hardly any contact, hardly any like actual chatting until I started campaigning for RSC. Before it started, I started messaging everyone, trying to get just some friends and like get my name out there so people can talk to me. And like, because I don't really want to approach people because that's scary. And hey, dude, it's hard out there, man. It's hard talking to new people, you know?
So I will say this for everybody listening to, when you go to a Star Wars convention, no matter what you've seen online, all the debate and all the arguments and all the negativity, these conventions in person are just a big love fest, man. I mean, I've never seen any type of confrontation or anything like that. But I mean, between Star Wars podcasters, I've really not seen anything negative online at all. Whenever I've gone to Celebration, I've always approached them and been like, hey man, what's up? This is my podcast. I don't know if you've heard of me, but I just wanted to introduce myself. And some of these podcasts, I've introduced myself several times. Because, I mean, sometimes you just don't remember because there's so many people you meet. And that's the thing I hate about myself, because when I went to RSC, people would walk up to me and I'm like, I recognize the face, but I'm trying to remember the name. And we're just talking and talking and talking. And I mean, when I was younger, I could recognize and recall everyone's name, but now I guess getting older or whatever, just seeing so many people, it's difficult. But when I saw you looked familiar.
Thank you.
But I don't think I had heard of your channel, or like the algorithm sent over your channel to all my socials or whatever. But I was like, that guy looks familiar.
Well, I definitely knew your logo.
Okay.
And again, I think it's probably from what is it, Star Wars Podcast Day. You guys do that one, don't you? Do you guys do Star Wars Podcast Day? Are you part of that?
I don't think so.
That's very interesting. I thought I saw your logo on there because they publish like everyone's that's doing like a Star Wars Podcast Day, and there's hundreds.
Oh, maybe
it's once a year, and they like everyone's just like, hey, you're gonna do one. for the thing or
Okay.
whatever. And during that time, I was going through a bunch of them and just no, I didn't message you specifically, but I feel like it's where I saw you, or maybe your logo is just really catchy
Okay.
and memorable.
Okay.
It is, by the way. It's a very good logo.
That's what I've tried telling people.
Logos are important, man. You got to have memorabilia, not memorabilia. What you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, swag.
Memorable.
Oh, memorable. Yeah.
Because if I just forget you, it's the same with like Talking Bay 94. It's a good logo. It's catchy. It's not too, I don't know. It's good. But anyways, I had recognized you guys from, not you specifically, but your logo. So I was like, oh, these guys, I know I've heard of these guys. And I technically have a podcast, but hey, it might be on the uptick. I might bring it back. I'm thinking about it.
Yeah. It's a lot of fun, but having children, I mean, it would be very tough for me to do a podcast. I don't know. That's just me, but yeah. I mean, bless everybody that has little kids and do a podcast, because I mean it's a lot, man.
Thankfully, my co-host is my neighbor, so he can just come over, and we don't do live stuff, so we can record later in the evening after the kids go to bed. I have my little studio in my basement, so I don't have to leave. I can keep my monitor with the babies and just stop recording if they start freaking out and my wife's not here. But I try to record when my wife's around. But yeah, it is hard. That's why I've kind of slowed down a little bit. Life, you know how it goes.
Yeah. We have two members of the podcast, Craig, who has young kids, and Zach, who just became a new father. And yeah, it's a lot. It's tough navigating scheduling and everything with the co-host there.
For sure.
Yeah, definitely a shout out to them if they're watching. Maybe they're watching. Yeah, so the big news that dropped this weekend at D23. I've never been to D23. Have you been at D23?
No, I almost went this year, but then I said, hey, wait a minute. Rebel ScumCon. And I was like, I can do one trip. And I was like, I think Rebel ScumCon sounds more fun and less. I mean, D23 sounds fun, but it definitely feels more corporate. It'd be cool to see all the stuff, but it feels more like, I don't know, not like just hanging out, vibing and having a good time. Personally, I'm going to go in 2 years. I think I'm just going to do it.
And after this year, I mean, they kind of made it to where if you're a Star Wars fan, it's probably a destination you want to go. But if you think about it, in 2 years from now, what do you think they would be talking about?
The biggest, baddest thing you've ever heard of, dude.
Starfighter 2.
Who, you don't know. I think they're holding out some big reveals for celebrations. Like, I feel like they have to. I feel like if they have something coming out in 28, they're going to hold on to it and announce it, a big announcement at Celebration, and not at D23.
Right. I think the other big project that I'm not, of course, I haven't started shooting on it, but it's the Simon Kinberg trilogy, if that's still on.
I know everything is like, I don't know. Like, there's all these rumors. I mean, they released a Lando poster, like heckin' whatever that was, like 6 years ago. So like, who knows what that? Yeah, that was like 2020. They announced like a Lando. They released all these little like logos. So yeah, I hear rumors about trilogies and this and that, and like a Taika Waititi, like the show, whatever. Like, it's hard to know what's really happening in the background of Lucasfilm. I wish I did know. Boy, that'd be nice. I'd keep it a secret. I'd sign any NDA just so I'd know personally. Like, I'd love to be somehow part of that.
Yeah, I would too, definitely. A lot of people, I hear this a lot, that they are against having more episodic films. And then there's that rumor about Simon Kinberg's trilogy being episode 10, 11, and 12. What do you feel about that?
Okay, so most of my opinions are twofold. I have an opinion for the community and the fandom, and then I have an opinion for myself. My personal opinion is, give me as much as you possibly can. I don't care. Give me everything. Make a trilogy, make a show. Literally, I will consume as much as I can. Now, I fear that if they go too much, it becomes more like Marvel, and we get the Marvel fatigue, superhero fatigue kind of deal. Thankfully, Star Wars is its own niche, and it's like Marvel, it's competing with DC and like these animated shows and like The Boys and like, all this stuff, right? There's more superhero things that can also cause this fatigue. I'm fine with a trilogy. I don't know. I'm a little more trusting these days. I've been pretty pleased with everything as of late in the last like 2 or 3 years. Nothing has really ruffled my feathers. I don't know. I'm pretty hopeful for these kind of things. I don't know. It's, what I'm saying? It's kind of hard to really pinpoint my emotions on it, because it's like I take Star Wars kind of like it's history, meaning if something happens and someone's like, oh, that's not real, that's not lore, I view it more like I'm watching a documentary about World War II. It's like, sure, I may not like that Anakin did that, or I don't love that this character did that, but nothing I can do about it. That's just what happened. Oh, I guess that's how the Jedi are acting there in the Acolyte. There's nothing I can do about it. So, my opinions are always kind of like are kind of weird like that, because it's like I'm just happy to watch Star Wars, dude.
Yeah, I have the same opinion. I grew up in the 90s. There was nothing live action, no TV shows, no films. All I basically had were the VHS tapes. And then once we transitioned into DVD, got those first thing, watched the 1997 special editions, of course, and then the Phantom Menace in 1999, which was huge. I don't think there's anything.
Can I ask? So how old? I mean, I don't. I guess you don't have to tell my age. So you watched the Phantom Menace. I'm curious, just personally. I don't know if you've shared, but like, how was your reaction at the time when you saw it initially? Because this is very curious. This is very interesting to me.
So at that time, how old was I? I was 18, I think. Yeah. So I was a senior in high school. And I still have core memories of that day, because I remember being in English class and my buddy was like turning around looking at me, because we knew that was the day. That was the day we're going to get to see the next Star Wars film. He was a big Star Wars fan as well. And I was anticipating that day and dreading it simultaneously, because I felt like that was going to be the longest school day of my life. And it did take a while, but having my buddy there and us like talking about it, like, we can't believe it's here. It's finally here. We went to our local theater in our small Texas town. Everybody was there. I mean, from little kids to our teachers to grandmas to grandpas, everybody was there. And I'm like, wait a minute. I bring up Star Wars all the time. Y'all never say anything. I'm like, what's going on? So once it hit, I was like, okay, it's gonna be something super memorable, just like the blockade runner and the Star Destroyer. But it was just that little ship like heading towards the camera, and I'm like, whoa, they're starting off very, 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 very subdued here. But I have total confidence in it. And then of course when Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan pop out and they bust up the lightsabers, and you hear the battle droids speak for the very first time, and everybody just starts cracking up when they hear the Roger Roger. And then you hear the Neimoidians speak, and you see the Jedi finally in action. Waited my whole life to see that. I was like, great. And we all knew that the Darth Maul battle was coming up. We knew there's a space battle. Quintessential Star Wars. So I saw it. But of course, when Jar Jar pops out, I think it shocked everybody. It stunned people. And I was like, okay, well, because the big thing was like he was the next Chewbacca, and that was the preconception everybody had at the time. He was the new kind of like sidekick character. And he didn't bug me. He didn't really bug me at all. But I was thinking, oh, he might be bugging some people. But whatever. No film's perfect. So watched it. I love the symmetry, the poetry that George Lucas always talks about. And as soon as the movie ended, I tried getting as many thoughts from as many people as possible. And it wasn't overwhelming excitement, but people were like, yeah, I liked it. It was good. It was good. And then slowly those opinions you started to hear kind of started changing. And a lot of people did not like the film. And it was a real bummer to me that there was those opinions out there, and negativity started creeping in. And I'm like, man, this I hate this. And still to this day, when I see a film and I love it, or any type of Star Wars project, and people have a lot of negative things to say about it, I hate it. I can't. I
Yeah.
don't like it, because Star Wars is such a part of me, and I think it's the greatest franchise. So
Yeah.
I'm just like, man, you're it's like you're looking at the surface. You need to look a little deeper in Star
Mhm.
Wars to figure out what's actually going on. And that's the thing I learned as I got older. I was very much about the visuals when I was a little kid, but then when I started understanding things in literature, and English was my favorite subject, and I kind of started getting the massive scope, and just how deep the rabbit hole went there with Star Wars. And I was like, wow, it's like a second wind with Star Wars. I started like studying it, and I'll never forget somebody, not in my English class when I was a senior. Let me think about that. It was a different class. Maybe yes, I don't know. I don't even think about this anymore. Maybe I was a junior when I saw it. But I remember somebody made like a massive poster and detailed in paragraphs and broke down every part of the original trilogy. And they did like a chalk drawing of that classic silhouette of Luke and Vader
Mhm.
on Bespin fighting. And I started reading it, and I was like, whoa, I didn't even think about that before. And it just like totally opened my eyes up. Like, this is a whole lot deeper than what I was even thinking, because it was very much like just entertainment for everyone in my little hometown, and people didn't really have thoughtful and deep conversations with me about it. So I never really had that. And of course, the internet was very much in its infancy,
Mhm.
even though my high school had like a T1 line, which was absurd. So we were getting like high speed internet back then when it was all dial up.
Dang.
But yeah, the reception was not great. And later on, I heard people on TV like kind of dogging the
Yeah.
film and the subsequent Attack of the Clones, and they were making fun of the fact that the action figures were all still up on store shelves. And it was like, well,
Yep.
they made a lot,
They made a
because
lot.
the big thing is the action figures. I mean, people
Yeah, dude.
bought so many Kenner figures, and they couldn't make enough.
Yep.
Um, so it was very much an imperfect storm that way. But nowadays, it's all flipped. All the young people are just like, the prequels are my thing, and the prequels are Star Wars for me. And I wish I could have told myself, I wish I had that information when I was younger.
Yep.
Telling myself, just wait, just wait 15 years, and there's going to be no negativity towards the prequels. And that's kind of where we're at.
Yeah, dude, honestly, it was kind of shocking, kind of reviewing
Hmm.
the cosplays I saw at RSC, because there's not as many original trilogy characters there anymore. Like there are, you get a Han Solo, but you get a lot of like Force Awakens Han Solo. You get some
Hmm.
stormtroopers, but mainly clone troopers or Mandalorians. Like you get a lot of prequels and even quite a bit of Disney, like with Ahsoka and like Balin Skulls and like a lot of Clone Wars, like Twi'leks and these kind of like, like it's very interesting to notice like, wow, there's hardly any Luke Skywalkers left. Like that's kind of crazy because it's a pretty easy cosplay to do, but there's not that many running around. And that was kind of like a shock, kind of like, okay, yeah, we are definitely in the next era of this franchise, which is nice. I'm a big proponent of letting people enjoy Star Wars,
Yeah.
letting people enjoy what they enjoy. Do I have to obviously, like you literally said, no movie is perfect, no movie is without flaw, right? Does
Hmm.
that mean I can't enjoy or let someone else enjoy it? Sure. The internet, people are going to be mean. People do still hate the prequels. People still hate Jar Jar. I don't know if you can see, but I have a Jar Jar Binks statue in the background. 7 feet tall. He's very muscular. It's very intense.
In
But
the pod racing jacket.
I do have a pod racing jacket and a Darth Maul over my shoulder here. Actually, 2 Darth Mauls, but it's fine. Obviously, episode 1's my favorite movie. That's why I asked.
I have one right over that shoulder if you could see it.
There he is.
The infamous cookie jar.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. And when I'm at these conventions too, I see younger people and I'm like, man, that used to be me, but I didn't have this. And I'm just so happy that the younger people have this type of thing to kind of celebrate their fandom, because it was such a, and I talk about it on the podcast all the time, it was such a desert, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, the only time I could go somewhere and like see Star Wars stuff was like at the flea market, because that's where they sell a lot of Star Wars stuff.
Oh yeah, they do.
And then I mean, I'd have the occasional friend that was into movies, and then like, yeah, I'm a Star Wars fan, but then they'd say something like, yeah, but I don't like the prequels, or the prequels don't count, or whatever, and it's like, oh, okay, man. I was like, yeah, they do count. They're episodic films.
I used to rage bait some of my coworkers, like when I was like probably like 22, and there's these like I don't know, not older, but like 40, 45, 50-year-old guys who love Star Wars, big nerds, right? Yeah. And they kind of hate the sequels, right? Because oh, that's not real Star Wars, you know, whatever, right? So I would say, oh no, it's okay. I just like Star Wars more than you do. It's okay. Like, I get it, man. Like, not everyone can be as big of a Star Wars fan as me and like everything Star Wars. Like, well, no, it's not. It can't be. Like, I'm like, sorry, man. I just like more Star Wars than you do, so I'm a bigger Star Wars fan. And
yeah. I mean, there was a lot of people. So when I started off this whole podcasting venture thing, I joined the 501st as well.
Yeah.
And there were a lot of older people in the 501st. And I'm thinking, I wonder what their opinions are on the prequels. And you kind of slowly find out that, yeah, they approve more of the original trilogy. They're wearing original trilogy costumes or cosplay. And it's like, wow, that's a very kind of interesting way you have to navigate your fandom, because how are you reconciling between the original trilogy and prequel trilogy? And then some people have like gradually embraced it more, but then some people have just totally left. And I don't see it more so than on Facebook, because when I started my whole 501st and podcasting thing, I had all these Star Wars friends that were older than me, and they've slowly just kind of disappeared. And I mean, some of them have different reasons than others, but it's like a lot of them are like kind of just gone. And it's all like younger people than me now that I'm friends with. There's the occasional like 50-year-old, 60-year-old person on there that, yes, loves Star Wars, still talks about it and everything. But it's like, man, am I the older generation now? Am I there? It's an interesting thing. But yeah, I mean, from one of my first memories was watching episode 4 on VHS, and then going to Disneyland, and now it's part of Disney. And it's wild how far we've come. And
I
meet so many people, that love Star Wars.
It is nice. Yeah, my I didn't really have a choice in liking Star Wars or not. Like I had four older brothers and 2 older sisters, very removed from the internet. We're raised on a farm, right? So like we only knew what we had, right? So we didn't have cable. We never had cable, actually. So I just strike that off. We had antenna until I don't even know. I don't think my parents still don't have cable. I don't think they ever got cable. So like I didn't really have a choice. And my older brothers would like make me play all these card games. Like I'm literally holding my deck of cards of these like these ones. I don't know if you remember these, but all these like sweet cards. And he would make me play these games. It was kind of like he made it up. It was like a D&D kind of style game where you like flew around the galaxy and rolled dice and met different characters. And like that's how I started to learn all these different characters and abilities. And like I just kind of assumed everyone knew that, but I didn't. I was a kid. I didn't realize that no one knew. Like, oh yeah, you don't know who Ramos is, dude? He's like the best. Like, but he's pretty weak. But you can use mind tricks on him pretty well. You only had to roll a 1 or a 2. You know, like I don't know.
Yeah.
It was a different world growing up with like Star Wars was what we watched. It's all we had. It's the only games we had. It's the only toys we had. It's the only Lego we had. So I was very thankful to be raised into a like my parents, their very first date they went on was in 1977 to see Star Wars. So like
Wow.
it's ingrained in my family. Now, have I gone beyond what they have taught me? I've gone beyond what they have. I am the biggest Star Wars fan and the youngest. No one else has a Jar Jar Binks statue in their house.
How did you end up with that? Did you buy that from like a local vendor or store? Or?
So there I was. No, I really wanted one. I started getting really into Jar Jar. I thought Jar Jar was funny. I started a Jar Jar collection. And then I started like doing this bit where I'm like, I'm a bigger Jar Jar fan than you, and I have the biggest collection in the world. And it was like 8, 9 things. I really wanted a statue. There was 4 for sale on Facebook Marketplace in my
okay.
And they were all expensive. They were all like, one was for $2,700. One, the cheapest I saw was like $1,500. And I'm like, dang, I can't do that. So I did a joke. I started a GoFundMe and like I raised like $100. But then like there was like I got like a bonus from work or something like that. And I'm driving down to Boise. It's like 4 hours away. I'm driving to Boise to pick up a pop-up camper for me, my wife, and kids. And someone texts me. They're like, hey, look, there's a Jar Jar Binks in Boise for like half of what you've seen it priced for. And I'm like, oh, dude, I'm here. Like, I am in Boise right now. And I look at it. It looks in good condition. And I call my wife. I'm like, is it cool? Like, I'm going to buy it eventually. Like, can I buy it right now? So like 10 minutes before I got to this place, I didn't know I was going to I didn't go to drive 4 hours thinking I was going to gum home with a Jar Jar in my backseat. So it was at like a rug shop, like a fancy, like an estate rug shop thing. And then there's just Jar Jar behind this plant. And I was like, can I borrow a measuring tape? I got to see if he fits in my car. And like, he barely fit. I had like a SUV. And I'm like, and I came home with Jar Jar and it was like the best day of my life. He's part of the family, dude. My kids love him. My kids love Jar Jar.
Wow.
Worth it.
Yeah,
so worth it. He's beautiful.
I get tagged on a lot of Facebook Marketplace things like that too. I think my Jar Jar would be the N1 Starfighter that you see sometimes hanging in comic book shops.
I know, dude. The N1's the best ship, dude. It's around. It was the same era as these giveaways because this was like the Frito-Lay giveaway. It was Jar Jar, Darth Vader. I think there was an Anakin and a Yoda. I think it was the 4. And I think the N1 was one of the ones you could get part of the giveaway, which I'm like, dang. Dude, I ended up messaging most of the people that also had Jar Jars to see like, how'd you get it? Like, I'm just curious about the lore. And most of them were like, yeah, I won it. And I didn't really want that one. I wanted Yoda. I'm like, yeah, what a reasonable thing to win, a Yoda. That's so much. Not a 7 foot tall. She's like, yeah, I'm just tired of like hauling this thing around the country, moving it every few years. I'm like, it is a hassle to move. It's tall. 7, like you have to have room in your house for this behemoth. Yeah. It's very off-putting. I had it in my living room when I first got it because I had nowhere else to put it.
Wow.
And like, so you walk through at night and you see these arms just like out of the corner of your eye. You're like, oh, and it freaks a lot of people out. Obviously, that's why it's in my basement now. He's prominently displayed for my backdrop. He's beautiful. He's everything I ever wanted. He's part of the family.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, the N1 is kind of like my dream prop from episode 1, but I should have had the Yoda. I should have had the life-size 1-to-1 scale Yoda. We went to the, I think it was for Revenge of the Sith at the Galaxy Theater in Austin. They did a cosplay contest. And at that point in time, of course, cosplay wasn't that big. 2005.
Mm-hmm.
The guy that won essentially won it by wearing a Boba Fett helmet. He made some like shoulder pads and some knee pads out of cardboard, and he had the wrong gun, and he won it.
Crazy.
And I was like, oh my gosh, I could have did something a little bit better, and I would have come home with that.
Dude, my Watto would have won for sure. Hey, I'm still mad. I didn't win.
So they had a cosplay contest.
They did, and I entered at RSC. And okay, here's the thing. Obviously, I didn't think I was going to win. Duh. There's these people that put hundreds of hours into their like costumes. Sure. I thought for sure I would get honorable mention. There was a mention. I was like, okay, it's the only reason I'm sticking around. I know there's first, second, third, and an honorable mention. And literally, Max Rebo, Mac from her little that gal, little girl, who goes around cosplay. She came up to me. She's like, I am a judge on it. I'm like, sweet. And like, she gave me this hope that like she would like try to pull for me. And like Bobby was there, and Bobby loved it. He put like he loved my cosplay. And I'm like, come on. Honorable mention. But no, I don't even know who got the honorable mention. Someone else that actually tried, which is I guess fine. But
yeah. So who actually won?
It was the giant General Grievous, like the kind of janky looking one.
Like they had him propped up at like the droid area. So somebody actually wore him. No, it was a different one.
So there was two. There's one that like looks pretty legitimate. I don't know if you're talking about that one. There's one that's like the one that's like it was janky. It looked kind of like it looked like a giant cardboard. Like it was weird.
Oh, okay.
His head was really disproportionately big. I don't know. I mean, it's cool, I guess. I mean, for sure, man. I mean, no shade to that guy.
Yeah. I mean, I love the homemade costumes because I mean it shows the love and it shows like the care and that they really took time on it, and trying to make one of those things look as good as possible. It takes a while. It takes a lot of effort and love, and I love seeing those too. I mean, just as much as the screen accurate ones. And I told everyone that I could possibly tell at RSC that like keep on cosplaying, keep on showing up to this in costume because it's so much fun seeing people with their ideas and creative ideas like yours was just awesome. It's such a great environment to be in. So yeah, D23. What did you think about the Ahsoka season 2 trailer?
So I didn't. My official response is, I didn't think I was going to be super stoked. Meaning, part of me wishes I wasn't a content creator. Because what I would love to do is never watch a trailer again in my life and only watch movies knowing nothing about it. Like I'll see a poster, but I think the ability to go see a movie and not have a preconception or like, this is in the trailer, or like I've seen some scary movies like, well, they showed all the jump scares in the trailer, like, and now I know everything about it.
Right.
I wish I could do that, but I can't because I have to make content. But watching the trailer, so this is very, very interesting. I had a very unique experience watching this trailer. It came out kind of later in the evening. It was like not till like 9 o'clock where I was, right. And I was trying to put my child down for bed, but I can kind of like lay next to her bed and like kind of still use my phone. So, so like I remember those days. So I watched the trailer with no sound. And then I held up the speaker to my ear and watched it again with the sound, and then put it together in my brain. I'm like, okay, so that's that part. Yeah. Oh, okay. But after watching it, I'm so excited, actually.
Yeah.
And I am so excited because they showed so much Anakin. Obviously, big prequel fan here. They showed so much Anakin. They showed the Force Ghost Anakin. They showed young Anakin. They showed a new lightsaber like thing. I don't even know what to call that. It gave us a lot to theorize on, which is fun, but also Star Wars has been notoriously doing a big reveal at some point in their shows, almost every time. Maybe exception of like, the Skeleton Crew didn't have like a crazy big reveal at the end of anything like that they were hiding. But like end of Mando, like Luke showing up, or like heck, like Anakin showing up in Ahsoka season 1. So my first thought was like, what is the reveal? What is the secret that they're not showing us? Is it like Luke Skywalker? So like, this is like the first time. I'm not a big theorizer. One, I'm terrible at it. I've never gotten anything right. So like, I don't really. Again, it's like it's this history to me. I just want to watch it and enjoy it, and I don't really care. Like I don't really want to like, oh, let me think what's going to happen. But this one, I don't know. It hit way different with like the space battles and Thrawn and Anakin and just like I don't know. It had so much to kind of like make your brain start thinking. It didn't just feel like a teaser, like, oh, Star Wars action, generic things, generic, whatever. It felt like it was giving us more than I expected.
Same here. I have the same sentiments. I was going in expecting something like a teaser, not to blow me away at all, but
Yeah.
I mean, you could literally see the money in that trailer that they spent, and it's like Dave Filoni took over, and he's sparing no expense for his beloved project Ahsoka, and we're gonna go full steam ahead, and it's gonna look great. Hopefully the story's great. I mean, they're still moving along with the whole Mortis God situation with Baylan Skoll and Shin Hati, and getting to see Amon Esfandi in action.
Do you think we're getting like do you think this is the end of Ahsoka? Do you think this is like a culmination? Is it going to be like, do you think they're going to do like a big like end game situation of all these like shows that are same time period with like Thrawn being the big bad, or Abeloth is what most people think these days?
Yeah. I mean, they said a while back that they're going to end it with a movie, with the Dave Filoni film.
They did.
But after the returns of the box office for The Mandalorian and Grogu, and it seems like the general consensus now is that if they show it on Disney Plus, they're not going to respond that well in the theater. They're going to be like, okay, well, they're just doing a season of TV in the theater. That's one part of it. But I mean, if they market it appropriate and maybe they do show some form of the original Big Three with Luke, Han, and Leia in it, I mean, that could stir up a lot of memories and emotions, and fans, like I mentioned earlier, that have kind of left, they might come back. It seems like people nowadays will come back to a movie if it's something they want. And to me, that's just a whole lot of common sense.
True.
Because I think we've all heard for a while that everyone wanted a Spider-Man street level movie, and that's what we got. And everybody showed up for it. And now just today, there was a report that Doomsday is tracking with like 65% more pre-sale tickets than Spider-Man did. And it's like 65% more? It's like that thing was like 350 million or something.
Crazy.
Like opening weekend. It's like how much money is Doomsday gonna make? And then on top of that, it has to compete with Dune 3, and
true.
It's an incredible thing. I mean, if they can somehow re-eventize a Star Wars film in the theater, I would love that. That would be great.
I do have big hopes for Starfighter. One, because I do think Project Hail Mary did a lot of legwork for the Ryan Gosling situation, because I know a lot of people, because they announced Starfighter, I want to say almost really close to when Barbie came out. Because I know people that are like, the Barbie, Ken, he's going to be in a Star Wars movie. Great. He's going to be a run-of-the-mill. He's going to be a Han Solo, Poe Dameron guy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and then I've heard multiple people have told me in person, they're like, ever since Project Hail Mary, I'm actually excited for Starfighter. I'm like, that's so interesting. Like, I guess it's just a little more sci-fi. Like, I don't know. Like, I was pretty excited. I just thought it was cool.
Yeah.
Someone asked me today, they asked, which are you more excited for, Starfighter or Ahsoka? Now, but I think my answer is kind of a lame answer, but they're two different things in my brain, right? We have a show and a movie. If they were both movies, I could choose one. If they were both shows, I could choose one, but they're different. I think my only complaint with Ahsoka is I want to see it in theaters. It looks big. It looks epic. And I always just want to watch Star Wars in theaters. It just feels right.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Starfighter looks epic. I do have predictions for that. Pretty generic predictions, but I feel like they're right. I always feel so confident in my predictions. Ryan Gosling's going to be like the son of Jack Porkins. Just kidding. Dude, I
That'd be a
wish.
wild twist.
Dude, Porkins coming back. Somehow
Yeah.
Porkins returned.
Yeah.
No. I think it's going to be, he's reluctant to help whatever military or whatever's there. He's like this epic old school guy. You're so good. You're the fastest starfighter in the galaxy. And he becomes friends with this kid. And then once the kid gets in peril, then he's like, fine, I'll go save him and fly the super fast starship or whatever. And the kid's probably a Jedi. I don't know. I'm just throwing. I feel like that's an easy prediction. They do love Jedi. Obviously, like Andor kind of proved we didn't need Jedi, which is cool. Love that.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I feel like they're going to bring a Jedi into this to some degree.
Yeah, and all the rumors that Amy Adams is Mara Jade, I think that's kind of weird, but I mean,
That's true.
the people are believing that, so I don't
People
know.
believe a lot of things that are not real on the internet. You know?
Yeah, I
People
mean,
hold on to a lot of things.
I was
Sometimes
thinking
it's true.
about that earlier today when we started the podcast. We weren't quite sure who to trust, and I mean, we heard some really cool things, but once the kind of months and years went by, we knew exactly who not to trust, and we kind of got duped into some of the stuff out there as well. But somebody says a big hello there on YouTube from Mila Jovovich Godzilla Official on YouTube. So what did you think of the logo on his jacket?
So I have some opinions on this. It's a cool logo for sure. Like, I'm not going to give you wrong, but it's so silly because I'm like, I'm just imagining the pitch meeting. They're like, okay, here's the logo. Here's what you do. We're going to turn it upside down. And everyone in the thing is just like, oh my God, no way. It's the greatest thing of all time. Or the reason that they got it, someone was sitting across the table of someone else and they're looking at the like Rebel logo. They're like, wow, that looks really good upside down. Let's use that. Like, it's cool. It's going to sell a lot of merch. People are super stoked on it. People love a jacket. People love like a fighter pilot jacket. It looks like a skull and crossbones. It feels more Skeleton Crew than anything, just because it's more piratey. It looks like a Jolly Roger flag, right? Like, it just does. And then Ryan Gosling is like notorious for wearing jackets in general, so it's like good to have a jacket for him. Like, that guy he wears a lot of jackets. It's kind of his thing, weirdly.
Yeah. But here's the question.
Though. Okay,
here's the question of the night. You said it's a skull and crossbones.
Okay.
What are the crossbones on this jacket?
It's gotta be. It's just the guns from his ship. Isn't that in the trailer?
Okay.
Isn't that in the teaser?
That's what I thought. But so many people are trying to tell me, no, those aren't guns. That's an X-Wing. And I'm like, no, it's not.
You guys ever seen an X-Wing before?
I mean, of course, it has the X shape. But I mean, when you look at the bottom, the two bottoms, they look like a stock and like
he carries one in the trailer, doesn't he? He's carrying one over his shoulder in the trailer. He has this giant gun thing. I don't know what it is. I just assume he's gonna like go mount it to his like speeder or whatever. It's like some epic, I don't know, laser cannon of some sort.
Yeah.
That's just what I thought. It felt pretty. Sometimes things feel really normal to me, and everyone's like, "No, it's something else."
I have that issue too sometimes.
Sometimes it could just be what it looks like.
Right. I mean, I thought from the very start, I was like, those are rifles. But then, no, those are X-Wings. I'm like, well, wait a minute. Are you right? Is that what that is? Then I'm like, no, it's not an X-Wing. We might not get a single X-Wing in this film. So
yeah, I know. That's what I'm thinking. Like, why don't even think X-Wings are potentially not going to show up?
Yeah.
They'll throw one in the background. You kidding me? They got to throw an X-Wing. You got to throw some eye candy in there. You got to throw like, oh, I see it. I see the thing.
Yeah, but the logo up at the top, I thought that was cool that they used some of the old signage for Star Wars. I thought that was a nice touch.
It is a nice touch. I completely agree. And again, is it because the funny thing people always say to me, they're always like, oh, great, another Disney cash grab. I'm like, okay, it's a corporation. They got to make movies. They got to make money. What
Yeah.
isn't it? Like, no one's making movies out here unless they're at like a local film festival, not hoping to make money. Like it's
Right.
everything's a cash grab. And also, if people want something and they watch it, that means it was warranted. It's like people told me so much when they released like last year. They said they were going to do for the 50th anniversary, they're doing the theatrical edit of A New Hope. And people are like, oh, just another way to drain my bank account. I'm like, okay, it's one movie ticket, but also people want this and people would love to see the theatrically released. Like, it's not a cash grab if people have been asking for it. Like, they're just giving me what I want. Like, I have a USB drive of like the unmastered, no, the demastered version that people have put together of A New Hope. Sure, and I can watch that. But like, dude, I want to experience what my parents experienced on their first date, like in the theaters, and like watching this like epic film, and like it's way different. The score sounds different, and like I don't know, it's not a cash grab if I want it.
Yeah, and I mean, I guess I could point to, okay, well, they're using a big star and Ryan Gosling. Maybe that's like the cash grab aspect of it. But I mean, it's a totally new story. I mean, it's going to take place after the Battle of Exegol. You have a known director, Commodity, and Sean Levy. But other than that, I mean, I think Amy Adams is going to have a small part.
Yeah. But also, if you want people to come to a movie and like reignite some Star Wars, like in like people's minds, like, oh, hey, the new Star Wars movie. If it was just like all the actors from like The Acolyte, I love them and stuff, but like there's no like, and there was some bigger names, but there wasn't like A-list celebrities, right? Like if it's a movie, you have to have a reason for people to want to come that aren't just diehard Star Wars fans, right? Diehard Star Wars fans they're going to show up, but if it doesn't appeal to the general public, oh, there's a new Star Wars movie and it's like a standalone, that's kind of cool. It's got Ryan Gosling, Amy Adams. All right, cool. Let's go check it out. You have to do that. Like I hate, like I had similar feelings. I'm like, oh, great, another A-lister. Like, great. But I was like, what's my problem? They're just actors. Like, good for them to get to be in Star Wars. Why should I really want, like, I don't need it to be a bunch of nobodies.
Yeah. I mean, I agree. But if Starfighter is a big hit, I think we can expect to see more films with bigger name actors tied to it. Because I think that's what Lucasfilm and Disney is just going to assume. Oh, they want to see big name actors in Star Wars roles. But I mean, Star Wars has had that time and that history of 5 decades now of people watching these films and growing up to be well-known actors and wanting to be in them, which I think has been the case from the very start. But I think casting has always been a little on the almost unknown to the not so well-known side with Ewan McGregor. And I think Liam Neeson was the most well-known actor and had I don't even think at that time he was that big, but yeah, we have Darth Vader -X5D5J on YouTube saying hello there.
The classic intro. The only way to greet.
Yeah, we're getting more hello there's than usual.
Interesting. My thing with actors is like, I get there's like the history of having no names and some like bringing these people up and finding cool characters, but it's like, if someone can act and they can play a character, I would rather someone who's a really good actor, who I know is going to be a good actor, than someone who might not be. Like nothing. I'm not gonna throw shade towards anybody, but like, yeah, if you don't do good, it's not gonna perform as well. It just is what it is. Like if you can act, you can act. Like I don't personally care who you are or how big your name is. How, obviously there's like, I don't know. Not everyone should be in Star Wars. Not every A-list celebrity. Like, I don't think Snoop Dogg needs to show up, but like,
he's in the Adidas commercial.
He's in the new Paw Patrol movie. Saw that yesterday.
Wow, very on brand.
Snoop Dogg.
But I don't know necessarily for the kids though. But I don't know.
Snoop Dogg's in he has his own kids show. Are you kidding me? He has his own television kids show called like, I don't know, something dog. He's like a dog, and I don't know. It's whatever, dude. Snoop Dogg's doing stuff. He's whatever.
That commercial was cool though. They had Snoop Dogg and Daft Punk and I think David Beckham in the cantina. And they merged a lot of stuff into it. And I thought
Yeah.
that was always cool when they used to do that type of stuff. But yeah, Starfighter looked a whole lot more polished to me as opposed to what I thought we were going to get.
I think back to times like with Rogue One, like the first teaser of that was pretty unpolished. They ended up doing reshoots and getting rid of a lot of it. There's like a lot of the scenes in those are just not used in the movies, and that one felt definitely more like a teaser that wasn't like this one looked polished, like you said. Like it looks like it's ready. Like it looks like it's done. Obviously, that's not how it works, but it looked clean. It looks like there's some cool worlds we get to go to. Oh, I love seeing new locations. Like, Tatooine's great. It really is. And Coruscant's awesome. But there's a whole galaxy. Let's go somewhere and see some cool things that could be on these planets. Like I'm so for like this water planet with like these columns, or I don't know. I couldn't really see everything in the trailer, but like it was nice to see some new locations.
Yeah, definitely. And it's the movie that a lot of people even overlooked Mandalorian and Grogu for Starfighter, and saying that's going to be like the return of Star Wars for whatever reason. I mean, I really wish. The only thing for me for Mandalorian Grogu was that it wasn't really connected or leading into the next thing. It felt like there was no.
It felt like a long
wink or nod to the audience. Yeah. So.
I mean, there's rumors about like it was a stand-in for like a different movie that they scrapped, but they already had like a setup, like, oh, they're like, we need to do a movie this time of year, this day, and like, well, we can do Mandalorian and Grogu. We have Mandalorian stuff to do. Like it felt like it should have at least connected more into like another season, or like I'm all for a Mandalorian movie, but in my opinion, it should have been like the grand finale. Like do season 4 and then have a grand finale in a movie.
Right.
Oh, that'd be sweet.
In the theater.
Like that works. Not just a long episode. I mean, it was fun. Like I feel like they could have dropped a little bit more lore, or like and it like literally anything. Like we got Jabba's son, and it was fun. It was a fun romp, but it wasn't like, oh my gosh, look at this! It's the greatest thing of all time. Sadly.
Yeah.
Like I love
and I really liked Rada. I liked the character design. I love the fact that they had Jeremy Allen White doing the voice, and they did whatever they did to his voice to make it sound that way. But I thought that was a terrific and really fun character, and it's really resonated with the fans. We had the running of the Radas at RSC, which was really cool. So yeah, it's very kind of more precarious than it was after this last weekend when we saw those trailers, man, because those trailers, I think, got people hyped.
Oh, people are more stoked out of their minds.
Yeah. I'm way more hyped for Ahsoka now, coming out January 20th. And Maul got announced as well, coming out next year. We just don't know the exact date. And that was a terrific series. Got a lot of people back on board.
Yeah.
So, yeah. What's Celebration going to tell us?
There's either going to be a massive trailer, or Celebration's in April, and when's Starfighter? Is it
May 28th?
So dang, that's like right before.
So maybe the final trailer for Starfighter. Maybe we get some footage. Maybe we get the first 10 minutes or something.
Ooh, yeah. I don't know. I'm calling it now, and I'm really bad at predictions. But they're going to announce. They have to. They're going to announce a new project that hasn't been heard about before, or at least to confirm, like the Dawn of the Jedi. But they're going to name it something weird because they have to name it not what everybody thinks they're going to name it, and which is fine.
It feels like to me that Dawn of the Jedi film is kind of on the shelf.
It feels like everything's on the shelf a little bit. Like I don't know. I feel like everyone's back and forth. Everyone's like, oh, it's gonna be this, it's gonna be that. Like, I don't know. It's like nobody knows. They're getting better at keeping a tight lid on things, which is like cool. Like I'm here for it. Like there's certain things they can kind of like hide, and NDAs and all that kind of stuff, and like the big corporation. But I just feel like it's a really good opportunity to announce something. Like what an awesome time to announce a brand new something, a brand new show, a brand new movie, a trilogy. Like, I feel like if they're holding off on the trilogy, they're not just going to announce it in like January randomly. Like if it's not going to be until like 2028, which seemingly it won't be because Starfighter's in 2027, they're not going to have another movie most likely until like December 27, realistically. So if it's not going to be that, like I feel like they're just going to hold off to do like this epic big like hype up celebrations. Even though they don't need to, everything's sold out. You can't sell any more tickets. Like you don't need to hype celebrations up any more than it already is. I just feel like they're going to announce something massive. They just have to. They just have to. There's no other choice.
It feels like we're going to get an announcement of an animated show, but based in the original trilogy.
Ooh.
We might get something, Luke, Han, and Leia, Adventures of Them, or something. Because I know there's been more than just rumors about, there's another animated show that they're working on. They just haven't talked about it.
Yeah.
So
I've been holding out. Like I enjoyed The Acolyte, and I would love for there to be a season 2. Hot take, I know, but my thought was if it was, because it's canceled indefinitely, which I hate that word indefinitely because it sounds definitely, but it's technically not. It's a very confusing word. But my thought was, dang, we could get a Tales of the Sith, and then maybe we could explore that situation and do Tales of this, because they always do like 2 or 3 different kind of arcs going on in the Tales series. I'm like, maybe we could get a Plagueis Tales of the Sith. Like, okay, like that's an option. Like I'm holding out hope for my Plagueis is going to be something, but I don't know. There's been more rumors about Acolyte, dude. There's been rumors about Acolyte season 2 from like, the director lady. What's her name?
Leslie Headland.
Leslie. Yeah. Like she's been like chatting about it, like what they have like written and how she's excited about it. I don't know.
Yeah, there were definitely plans. The thing that I think these shows are suffering from is a very, very slow takeoff from the runway. And not until the very last few episodes, they really take off and they really make you think about what the future can hold. And luckily for Ahsoka, they're getting to season 2. So they're already off the runway and they've taken off. And we've seen that trailer, how spectacular it looks. Now they're going to get the benefit of just a whole lot more money, seemingly, it looks like.
Yeah. And
we're going to get something very cinematic on Disney+. Now, The Acolyte, unfortunately, it doesn't have that possibility that we know of yet. Hopefully, it might become something else.
The issue I feel like we're running into is a lot of them, Ahsoka included, but it made it through, came out with a season 2, like obviously in the works, meaning like it was banking on a season 2. Andor technically didn't do that. It had its arc, it progressed through, and it ended. Like, I mean, like obviously not ended and end where like season 2 did, where it ends at the place, but it was strong. It had its own storyline. It wasn't banking on a next season. And I think that's kind of similar to Maul. Maul has the benefit of everyone loves Maul, and it's like a really popular character.
Right.
But Acolyte is hinging on a season 2. Like I think if they would have just dove into more of the Plagueis and like the stuff faster and not just hope they had a season 2, it would have done better, and they could have like, done longer episodes, kind of like Andor's doing. I really hope Andor is a kind of like a trend, and like other shows on other platforms with these longer episodes, and hope Disney sees that like, oh, you can do longer stuff like The Boys and like stuff like that, do longer episodes, and people are here for it.
Yeah, I think as far as their strategy goes, they need to get more in the theaters, though. I mean, if they really want to make money, but I mean, they need to do concepts and stories that are for sure going to make money. And I think there's still a bunch of them out there. There's still a whole bunch of them out there.
It is cool seeing them kind of with the Thrawn situation, right? Kind of leaning into the Heir of the Empire, right? That's like the most popular book series from the extended universe, really, because it's the one most people have at least read, because it's like the first one, out of the gate. So it's cool. I'm curious to see how they adapt a lot of it, because I think it feels like they're going to. It feels like they're going to use some stuff from it, because I think their fear is, and I would also have this fear making movies for them, is if they take just a book and just adapt it. Disney feels like right now they just kind of want to make their own things and kind of just pick and choose some characters, which I totally get. Like kind of making your own, not necessarily just using like a full book, because if you made a full like Darth Bane book, people are going to hate it because like, oh, he didn't do this right or didn't do that right. Like I get their reasoning for trying to do like original stories. But I love to see that they are taking bits and pieces. I personally really like that they're taking bits and bobs from different like books and like comics and stuff like that now, seemingly.
If you had to choose a book that they could adapt instantly, what book would it be?
My gosh, man. I'm a real sucker for, oh man, oh, I'm torn now. Like I love what is it? The Fate of the Jedi. It's the one like later on where Luke's like the head of the Jedi, but then he like gets kicked out and him and his son Ben go explore the galaxy and learn about all these force powers. There's something about that series of books that's so interesting. That or Yu Zhongvang, probably. Yu Zhongvang? It's a weird word to say, but like obviously they can't do like the son of Han Solo being Jason Solo and Jaina, and like, though I don't know. I am a sucker for the extended universe, for Legends or whatever they call it now. Like, but either of those are like, I honestly, so I haven't really delved into prior stuff. Like I haven't really read the Bane stuff, and I haven't read any of the stuff that came before. I've only stuck into the future, the stuff that is probably never going to be kind of taken and adapted, just like Luke and stuff, because I love Luke so much.
For me, there's only really one answer, and Zach, one of our listeners in Japan. No, not that one. This one.
Yeah.
It's Lost Stars. Are you familiar with Lost Stars?
Wait, Lost Stars. It feels very familiar. When is it set?
It is set during the original trilogy. So the background is everything that happens in the original trilogy, but it's two young people that end up falling in love. One ends up going to the rebellion from the Empire, and they're still in love. And the backdrop is the original trilogy. And they essentially dissect or have major events affect and impact their storyline, but in a different light, in a different view. And it's very interesting because they talk about all the people that died on the Death Star, and they say, oh, those were our friends, and this is why I defected or this is why I stayed with the Empire, because all those rebel people are murderers, and you see both sides of the coin. And I think that would just be terrific. And then, of course, you get the X-Wings and the TIE Fighters. You get the classic Star Wars iconography from the original trilogy back into a big story. And it's essentially a love story as well. So you kind of get back to what they originally did, but everybody knows the backdrop so well that I think it would be great as a live action film or a series.
My second option is just make a movie out of the Knights of the Old Republic cinematic trailer of like the two brothers, and then eventually there's like a sister in like the background, like that was also watching the whole time. I'm like, oh, dude, those cinematic trailers are hard to watch because it's like they're so good, dude. And there's the lightsaber fights. Here's what I want. You know what? I'm taking it back. I want a whole bunch of Sith and a whole bunch of Jedi to fight each other.
That's what everybody wants. That's another slam dunk idea.
I'm like, it's like you can't really, like, I'm fine with you doing like a brand new, like, heck, there's part of like the Fate of the Jedi I was talking about. There's like a couple chapters that's all about a Sith world. Or like like kind of like Maul, but like having the main character being a bad guy would be like, or a Sith of some kind, and like doing it from their perspective. I mean, they try to do something like that with Acolyte, kind of, but not really. It didn't land. But like, I don't know. I think different perspectives is like a cool idea, and like Sith is a cool idea. And just go 500 years before, go 1,000 years. I don't really care. Just go right. I feel like they're too scared to not connect things when it's like I kind of like I
Well, they
when
just did that with Mando Grogu.
I mean, but it is connected into like the New
Yeah,
Republic and all this stuff. Like, just do something. But my worry is like what, like like you were saying, the Dawn of the Jedi is like scrapped or whatever you think it's scrapped. I worry that the Dawn of the Jedi would be too far back and it would be lame.
right.
It's just gonna be just like people like, I don't know, the Force is neat, and like they hit each other with sticks or whatever. Like I don't know,
Yeah.
like like like
It's
Sith
like
Civil
a
War
Star Wars
people.
movie without lightsabers, without blasters, maybe. I mean, it's like 10 Commandment style or something. I don't know what they want to
Okay.
do, but
Okay. Well, an epic. There was a rumor about like what I just heard this like 2 days ago. Someone wanting to do like a film that is in like more like an epic style, where like these big sprawling like scenes and just like hundreds of like extras running across. I'm like, okay, like I can get behind that. Like more Lord of the Rings, like big set pieces, epic battles. I'm like, yeah, dude. I
yeah,
mean, like 100 Sith versus anything would be sick. Like 100,
yeah,
100 Jedi. It's just like a lot, just more lightsabers and more Force is what I want. There's my
yeah.
answer.
Before the essential implementation of the rule of two,
Yeah, dude.
where you had just
just
a
go
bunch of red sabers versus green, yellow, and
heck
blue.
teal now or whatever they got. Like
cyan.
sure, like whatever it is, dude. I don't even really. I don't know. Like I'm in the lore, but I'm like just rewrite it. I'm not mad about them just like coming up with stuff. I guess cyan is technically somewhere written, I guess. So it's not like technically out of lore. It's just not in the main franchise, I suppose.
Yeah.
I love Star Wars.
Yeah, I think we love it a little bit too much.
I just want to watch Star Wars.
Yeah, yeah. That's a little frustrating when people are like, "Yeah, I don't like this, I don't like that." It's like you do realize there's a point in time where there was like 18 years between live action things. All you kids are spoiled today.
Yeah, dude. All this Star Wars you get to watch. I mean, honestly, now I'm like, oh, I have so much legwork to do to get my kids caught up, man. Like I got a lot to go through. We're watching Clone Wars right now. We're starting with that kind of. It's exciting. We've watched episode 1, episode 4, and the Clone Wars. It's a little bit hodgepodge, but I do want to be able to do the reveal of Darth Vader eventually. Like I want to try to hide that. And someone brought up the point, like if you watch some of the Clone Wars, they kind of like get to know Anakin more. So then when that reveal happens, it's more, I don't know, intense, I guess. I don't know.
Right. Shocking.
And I'm just trying to get my kids to the age where they can understand it. Because like they're still too young to really like, what? Like I want to be able to like blow their minds a little bit. Like, whoa, like what do you mean? So like I'm like a year and a half out probably. I probably could do it when they're like 5 and a half, realistically.
Yeah. Yeah.
But someone's gonna spoil it. It's whatever. It's fine.
And I mean, it's very ubiquitous too. I mean,
yep.
You will hear people say, "Oh, that's a 45-year-old spoiler. What are you talking about?" It's like, well, I mean, the kids that are growing up, they don't know. You know, it's if they hear this, they're gonna be spoiled.
Yeah. So someone bought me like the kids books. It's like about like Vader and like if Luke and Leia were like little kids around them. It's like his little kid books, like Dad Vader or whatever. But I'm like, I can't show my kids these because I can't reveal that Luke is like his son. Like I gotta put these away. Like I can't. I know you're trying to be nice and buy me a kid's book, but you're ruining everything. Don't you dare spoil this. Hopefully, like my kid, like I've told my kid that. Sorry if anyone's watching, but if Santa Claus isn't real, and I've told her that like Leprechaun's not real, but she just won't believe me. She's like, no, like it is. Like you just don't know. Like I'm like, no, like for real. Like it's not real, kid. Like I'm trying to like break her down. Like it's not like. We don't do this. We don't do Santa Claus gifts. He's not bringing you anything, kid. Like, but she just wants to like believe in the magic. So my thought is, if someone at school or some kid in some class is like, "Oh, did you know that Darth Vader is Luke's dad?" She'll be like, "No." She like won't believe it. Which I'm like, okay,
right?
I think I have hope, even if someone spoils it, that she'll like be like, "No, you're wrong. That's impossible." She'll have the whole scene with her friends.
Yeah, I think I still remember the moment in Empire where you see the reveal.
Yeah.
And I think I turned to my dad like, is he could just be lying. I mean,
Yeah.
even then I knew anybody could say anything, you know,
Yeah.
and just be lying. But yeah. All right, man. Well,
Yes.
great talk. I think I'll be respectful of your time there. And I think, yeah, you have a lot of opinions I agree with. So I think that's fantastic. And thanks for doing the cosplay at RSC. I thought that was really cool. And I thought you deserved a trophy. I have a lot of friends now, well, 2 now, that they did cosplay, which was great. And they didn't win anything for it. And everyone's like, oh my gosh, you were robbed. So yeah, you should have won something.
I kind of did win something.
Oh, okay.
2 people brought me things.
Oh, cool.
2 people from their homes saw that I was going to do a Watto cosplay before I came.
Oh, cool.
One made me a keychain of a Watto figure and had like the little beads like everybody's doing now. It says Watto, and they put a little like glow in the dark pit droid on it. And then someone brought me. They said, "Oh, I saw you were doing this. So I brought my Watto card from my collection. I don't really use it." I'm like, "Oh, fair. Why would you? It's not that popular of a card." So I got 2 gifts, which is like crazy. I was like, what do you mean you brought me a thing? Like I've never been recognized, you know, like I've never like, it's not my thing. I don't feel that big. I don't feel like a content creator. So that was like, so I felt validated and I felt like I did win something there, even if it wasn't from Bobby and Kentucky and all these guys from the actual show. Yeah. I felt satisfied with my cosplay.
Nice. Yeah. I mean, I thought it was a winner, but I wasn't a judge, so I couldn't help you there.
Yeah, it's okay.
All right, man. Tell everyone where they can find you and
follow me on it. Mainly Instagram. It's just Memeobi, Memeobi. It's kind of like Kenobi, I guess. But apparently everyone tells me I spelled it wrong and I should have just used 1 E. Whatever. I don't care. I did 2. It's fine. If everyone's like, that's meme. I'm like, it's meme. It's meme and Obi. Whatever. Like it made sense at the time. Okay. Whatever. It's fine.
And I think it's spelled correctly.
I think it's great.
Yeah.
And then technically I do have a podcast called Memeobi's Galaxy, a Star Wars podcast, which is coming back, baby. We're going to have a new episode hopefully soon, but I haven't got around to doing it. I don't know. That's why I'm going on everybody else's podcast because I don't want to actually do the legwork. And I just want to
we're actually a little behind releasing podcasts here on audio. So I'll probably release one every single night this week, but, yeah, I understand. Zach from Japan says, may the force be with you. Long time.
Always.
And yeah, you can find us. I'll say all of our socials in case some of your listeners or watchers are watching us. You can find us on Instagram at Star Wars Stuff Pod, X, formerly Twitter at Stuff Pod. You can find us on Blue Sky, Threads. You can support us on Patreon. That'd be great. We've dropped a lot of free content lately there. You can watch us on TikTok. We have an email address, StarWarsStuffPodcast@gmail.com. On Facebook, we have a page and a group. You can write a review for us on Apple Podcasts. 5 stars would be great. Also on Spotify, we have a website that I'll probably be writing a few articles on, StarWarsStuffPodcast.com. And, of course, you can also follow our buddies at CountdownCityGeeks.com. You can win a lot of free stuff over there, especially advanced movie tickets. So check us all out. Thank you so much for your awesome love and support. I want to say a special thank you to our guest, Memeobi. Thank you for coming on, and we want to have you on again as soon as more crazy news breaks out, or you got any new memes you want to share with us. So for Kent, my name is David. May the force be with you.